news. I have good news and bad news today. But let's start with the good news. Good news is that today I'm doing this makeup look. Yes.
Bad news is school starts tomorrow, which means I can't post weekly anymore. But it's okay because I'll be posting on weekends now, and I'll have a schedule. Let's get started. First, I start with primer, like I always do. Then I have to outline the face because, yeah, we need to do that. ¿Por qué no, verdad? And then from there, I'm just going to try to outline the middle of it because that part is the most important part. We don't want to mix anything in there. Anyway, and then from there, I have to put in my foundation. I'm using a Q-tip because I had to mix like 2 foundations to get my skin color. And then from there, I'm just going to blend it with my finger because I don't have a beauty blender. Anyway, I do want to talk about how I'm doing Cepillín because ever since I was a child, we would always play their songs, especially on birthdays. And we still do to this day for random people's birthdays, like parties and stuff. Anyway, from here, I'm just going to fill it in with a white pencil and then fill it in with paint because I do want it really, really bright. I want it to show, you know? But it's kind of looking crusty, musty, dusty for some reason. I don't know. I don't think the paint I have works or expired or something. But then I'm just going to set it with setting powder. And then, yeah, then from there, I'm going to paint it with black, the outsides, because it can't be all white. I do want to talk about how I have school tomorrow, which means I most likely will not post anything tomorrow, and which means I most likely will not post anything the other day either because of how tired and beat I'm going to be coming back. I don't even want to go. But anyway, from here, I'm just filling it in with black eyeshadow because I want it to be full coverage and not see any skin, you know. I do not suggest you using a brush because I feel like the brush was just like making it worse. And I had to go so many rounds of using eyeshadow, so that was not really like fun. So yeah, I suggest you use a beauty blender, please. Or a bigger brush too. It doesn't have to be a beauty blender. Or your fingers at this point. You could see my crusty, musty, dusty fingers. I was basically using them for everything, I swear. And then from there, I want to go with setting powder just to make sure that everything is full coverage. There's no spots like that right there that I had to fix. And then from there, I'm using a lip, I don't even know what it was, but it was like really, really glossy. It was like for your lips. But anyway, and then I'm just gonna set it with red eyeshadow. I don't think it was helping at all. I don't think brushes work at this point. So from there, I just started using my fingers. It was not working. And then I realized that my foundation was looking super, super sweaty for some reason, but that could have been because I didn't add setting powder. And so I just took it off and then added setting powder. And then I added blush, but as you can see, I have blush blindness, so I added more. And that was still not enough for me. Anyway, from there I had to start making the shapes of the triangles it has on the bottom. And I think I did pretty well. It was kind of uneven at first, but then from there it was alright. Anyway though, like I said, I'll be posting on weekends and weekends only from now on because, yeah, that's the only time I have. Anyway, here is the final details.
And here's the finished look, guys. Wow.